Our next artist is the artist Raphael. And so some of the background things we want to note about Raphael is that he used the fresco technique that we discussed before. So he was painting on that wet plaster. That was a common technique he used. And the other thing that we want to note about Raphael is that he was a major supporter of the humanist movement that we discussed before in the first section, major supporter of the humanist movement. So his piece that we're going to look at was very much kind of a tribute to humanism. And so his piece is called The School of Athens. And if you're looking at this piece, you can actually see this is a further out shot of it being placed within a larger structure. You can see it's kind of the altar piece or background here and the door in the bottom left-hand corner that, it's right there in the middle of this particular building. And with this piece, what this is showing was it was depicting many different figures of Greek and Roman times that were considered great thinkers. So it's a humanist tribute to the great thinkers of Greek and Roman times. And then people that are pictured in this include a lot of famous names from that time period. People like Plato, his name is listed there at the bottom for you, Plato. Ptolemy. Now, Plato was a philosopher. Ptolemy was one of the first to kind of think about our planets and our solar system. Archimedes, who was the person that figured out the concept of density. Pythagoras, who was a mathematician. You've probably all heard of and used Pythagorean theorem before. That was his idea. And then also Aristotle, who was another philosopher of this time period. Now, what's kind of interesting is that Raphael was a big fan of the artist Michelangelo. And so Michelangelo is also pictured in this particular piece. He is actually in the very center, just slightly off to the left in kind of the pink tunic that's leaning on the podium little box there. That is supposed to be Michelangelo. And so Raphael, being a kind of fan of his, put his idol Michelangelo into this piece as well. So Raphael was a big fan of humanism, and this piece was his tribute to those great thinkers of Greek and Roman times. So he highlighted Plato, Ptolemy, Archimedes, Pythagoras, Aristotle, and then even his idol Michelangelo makes an appearance in this piece, as well as many other famous individuals from that time period. So that's the School of Athens. Now let's look at our next artist, which is Titian.